I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we'll try to understand the relation between domain and range of the function and its inverse. Let us go back to the basics of functions. Let us say this box is our function. That means it takes in some inputs. Let's say we have inputs here, processes the inputs and gives out some output. And that has been done with the help of a rule. And this rule is what we call function. Now let me take an example. Let us say the rule is times 2 plus 1. Let us say the rule is times 2 plus 1. Let us say that is the rule. So whatever is the input, we'll multiply it by 2 and then add 1 to get the output. If we apply this rule, let us say if input is 1, then output is times 2 is 2, 2 plus 1, we get an output of 3. If input is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5. If it is 3, then we get 7, for 4 we get 9, and so on. Now, in this particular case, what do we have? We have defined a function, right? So we say function f of x is 2 times the input plus 1. And for this particular function, what is the domain? Domain is set of these numbers. So we say domain x for the function is set of natural numbers. Let us say 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And what is the range? Range is set of these output numbers, which for us are 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on, let us say. Correct? So that is what our function looks like. Now, if we have to find the inverse of this function, then what are we looking for? In that case, what are we looking for? We are looking for that if I feed in 5, for example, then I should get the number which got me 5, that is number 2. Reverse of the operation, right? So that is f inverse of x. So f inverse reverses the operation. So what will it do? So instead of times 2 plus 1, it will first take away 1, right? So it is x minus 1 and then divide it by 2. So that is how we get our inverse. Now what is the domain for this inverse? Domain for this inverse will be set of all these numbers, which are 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. How about the range? Range is the outputs which these numbers are going to give. And that output should be exactly same as previous inputs, right? So here the range is this set of numbers, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Do you see that? So what can you conclude from here? You can see domain and range swaps. The domain of the function becomes range for the inverse of the function, and the range of the function becomes the domain of the function. So that is what happens. So between function and its inverse, what we notice is that domain and range swaps, they interchange. So that is the relation, right? So the domain here becomes the range there, and the range here becomes the domain on that side. So that is how they are related. I hope you appreciate it. And only then a inverse of the function can really perform its own function. That is to give back what came in. So that definition helps you to relate domain and range of function with its inverse. I hope that's absolutely clear. Thank you and all the best.